Good evening, America. My name is Connor Crane.
And I am Ross Lynam. Welcome to the Channel 4 Nightly News.
Tonight's stories include gross domestic product and how it affects you.
Inflation, the pandemic across the nation.
And why is that guy sleeping in a gutter? It's because of unemployment. Unemployment is not what most people think it is. In order to be considered unemployed, one must be currently looking for a job or underemployed, which is like a doctor running a cash register at Walmart. The unemployment rate is a good indicator of the health of the economy. The higher the unemployment, the more likely the worse the economy, and vice versa. Here is our chief economic correspondent with the current data for unemployment.
Thank you, Mr. Crane. The latest data shows that the current unemployment rate is at 8.1%. This has increased since 2012, which was about 7.6%, and close to the rate in 2011, which was at 8%. According to this data, the economy has still not fully recovered, but is on its way to becoming strong again.
At least we are not in a depression like we were in the 1930s.
Yeah, but we are not at a peak either like we were in the early 80s. Nevertheless, we should pay attention to unemployment because it is a key indicator of how the economy is doing. And as unemployment rises, it may make it more difficult for one to find a job.
Are there any other indicators of the health of an economy?
Of course, inflation and the gross domestic product are also major indicators of the economy's well-being.
Correct me if I am wrong, isn't the GDP a sum of the goods and services sold and made within a country?
That's about right. It pretty much just puts a dollar value on everything in a country that is new. Currently, the GDP is around $15.09 trillion.
There is also real GDP, and it is the same as the normal GDP, but it is adjusted for inflation. It is currently at $13.67 trillion, which is up 0.09% from last quarter. From 2008 to 2010, the real GDP decreased, but from 2011 to 2012, it increased a lot, which is a great indicator of economic growth. Since the late 1990s, the real GDP has been steadily rising, showing that the economy is growing in size.
You really know your stuff, which is important because the GDP affects everyone. When the GDP is growing, it is a sign of business growth.
Isn't inflation another key indicator of the economy?
That's absolutely correct, Connor. Inflation is a general rise in the price of services and goods in an economy over a period of time.
Okay, I think I'm starting to understand this stuff. But how exactly is inflation measured?
Inflation is measured by using the CPI, or Consumer Price Index, which is the average price of goods and services of the average American household. The current inflation rate is 1.47, which in comparison to the past years is pretty good.
Well, that's great there, Ross. It sounds like our economy could be making a real comeback here.
Yeah, these are great things for the economy to be doing.
Thank you very much for your time.
Anytime, Connor.